Disney Crush Podcast Live. We brought Dan and Holly on, the Austins, to talk about their trip to Aulani. I know we just talked to them last week on the podcast about this subject, but there was so much more we needed to hear about and learn about. And I think a picture tells 1,000 words. So they have thousands of pictures. I tried to scale it down to 100 for us. I'm going to give some people time to join us. And then we're going to talk about some news, because Dave and I recorded yesterday, and in true Disney fashion,
we got dumped on.
All the news came out on Tuesday. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. But first, we're going to give you guys a chance to join us. So. All right. So, Dave, we recorded the podcast last night, and we had hardly no news. There was hardly any news. We talked about the dining car deal. That's basically all the news we talked about. And then today, Disney dumped on us. So, in case you didn't hear, and if you were under a rock today, the first news was that Tron. Well, last night, late, they put out this clue about when Tron was going to open, and people were trying to decipher the clue. Some of us thought it was going to be April 21st. Turns out they officially announced this morning that Tron Light Cycle Coaster will be opening at Walt Disney World in Tomorrowland on April 4th, which is actually Robert Downey Jr.'s birthday, which has nothing to do with Tron, but I just happen to know that.
Just the fact that you know that is kind of
weird.
Hi, Nathan. And so that is, Tron is opening, and that set people in a tailspin about what are we going to do about our meetup, right? And then a little while later, they announced that Happily Ever After is coming back the day before, April 3rd. So Happily Ever After, which people are very excited about, the fireworks. Dave could care less about the fireworks. He's like, wah, wah. But yeah. So if that weren't enough, then tonight they came out with more news. They announced that starting tonight, people staying on property will no longer have to pay for parking for their cars, which is nice. Yeah, so that's nice. They charged me for the other night when I was there, but okay.
They must have paid off the paving.
Yeah, I guess so.
Laptop fee.
Yeah.
They said pass holders, because pass holders are so valued. Don't tell me it wasn't because of the lawsuits. Pass holders are so valued that they need the flexibility to come to the parks when they feel like it, especially after work. They can now come after 2 without a park reservation wherever they would like to go, except on the weekends. You can't go to Magic Kingdom without a park reservation. You still need to make park reservations for Magic Kingdom on Saturdays and Sundays, but they didn't announce when this is going to start. So keep making your park reservations, pass holders, because they said soon. pass holders won't have to do this after 2. So, and the last thing about Walt Disney World was that if you buy Genie Plus, your attraction photos, so like your picture on Splash Mountain, your picture on Mine Train, Pirates, those ride photos will be included for free when you buy Genie Plus. So they'll show up on your photo pass for free.
That's a great addition, I think.
Yeah.
You can just take the picture at the TV screen.
Well, here's the thing. Disneyland announcements came out today. Disneyland park hopping will be changing till 11 a.m. Disneyland, everyone who buys a park ticket gets their attraction photos for free. And Disneyland has announced they will be selling Magic Key again, which is kind of their annual passes. They didn't say when, but they said Magic Key sales will resume. They didn't. So Disneyland got a little bit more exciting news. So.
Hey, Anna. Well, that's the status quo with the 2 parks. Disneyland always gets a little bit better deal.
Oh, Dave, there was also another announcement last night that I saw. Remember about a year ago, you announced that Earl of Sandwich was closing?
Yes, I did.
And it was really Disneyland.
Mm-hmm.
It's reopening in Disneyland.
There you go. You're welcome. See, I was ahead of my time.
So it's reopening in Disneyland. So now both coasts will have Earl of Sandwich. So.
I love you more, Anna. Glad you made it.
Hi, Anna. So so that's the news. How it affects us, we're letting it shake out for a little bit, but it looks like we're going to be flip-flopping for TDC. We're probably going to do Magic Kingdom on Sunday and Hollywood on Monday. The only big change I want people to know about with that is it's going to be Dapper Day at Magic Kingdom on Sunday. Mm-hmm. So if you want to dress up, you can. You don't have to. The day the Crush is dressing up is Saturday at Epcot. We're wearing orange. But if you want to dress up on Sunday as well, feel free. So it might be fun. But I don't know about straddling that light cycle in a dress. But Jen Wynn says she's got it covered. She just puts on her bike shorts and hikes up that dress. So we'll see.
And who doesn't wear shorts under your dress when you go to
That's
the park
true.
anyway?
I always wear shorts under my dress.
So we'll see. I don't know. I mean, are you excited about Tron?
I am.
I'm hoping. I'm cautiously optimistic that I'll be able to ride it because it looks like it might not be friendly to people that are bigger, but they said people who have ridden it in China say that if you can ride Flight of Passage, you should be able to ride this. So I can ride Flight of Passage. So
me too. Yeah.
So I'm hopeful. There's also a back seat that is like a traditional car, but that it's ADA accessible. There's like a back seat on some of the trains. But I'm imagining the line for that car is going to be longer because it's going to be ADA compliant and it's going to be where a lot of the bigger people might want to sit. So I don't know.
Yeah,
but I'm hoping
really
they said Flight of Passage. If you could ride Flight of Passage, you should be able to ride this. So. Uli wants to know what's wrong with your legs.
Yeah, I don't even know. It's the craziest thing. Have you ever done anything? Got an injury, you wake up or something happens and you just don't know what you did. I don't remember hurting it. I just woke up one morning and I could barely walk on it. And it's my good knee. The bad knee I have, I'm thinking, well, it should have been my bad knee, but no, it's just getting old. I'm just getting old. But it's better now. Thank you, Uli. But I did miss that on this last weekend and I hated it, but that's the way it goes, but it's better.
All right. I'm hoping we see Uli next month.
Yeah.
So, all right. So the Austins are with us. Thank you so much for coming back, Dan and Holly.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We got more to talk about.
Always.
So you went to Aulani. We talked about this last week on our podcast. You packed up the kids. You put them on the airplane.
Yes. Yeah.
And what would you say it was? 27 hours or something like that?
It was a 27-hour day.
Yeah, that first day. Wasn't planned to be that way. It was only going to be like a 14-hour travel day.
Go back to that picture, Tony, and can you?
Oh, okay.
Okay, look at the Austins. Look at them all happy. That's the guy behind Noah or a girl. Look at that guy. Or who is that right there? Look at him. See him?
Well, the one all the way against the window, like in front of me, he had Micah behind him. So
okay. Yeah. They don't look happy.
They're not a little rocked.
Yeah. They didn't realize that the famous the first most famous guy was
most famous YouTuber was right next to them. Yes.
I don't know if that guy was sitting there from San Francisco to Honolulu. He might have switched spots. Okay.
They were both there. There was nobody in the middle seat either way.
Gotcha.
But yeah, they were both there.
It was probably Holly kicking the seat. She kept kicking that seat probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wanted to look at this. This is the food. And I noticed there's radishes on that plate. No, nobody needs radishes. Airplane food is bad enough. Right?
Mm-hmm. And they put a lime on the pineapple, which made it very bitter. It was a very interesting choice. Mm-hmm. So the kids were actually afraid to have pineapple in Hawaii because they had the pineapple on the plane, and they're like, "Oh no!"
They thought
I promise you, it's going to be better.
Yeah. The whole roll was a Hawaiian sweet roll. That was good.
Yeah, that was fun.
And the chicken, that's a chicken there. Yeah. And it's all cold, but it was on like this bed of like a couscous. And the couscous and quinoa was actually okay. Like I ate that. But the chicken was pineapple
and radishes.
And radishes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, those cucumbers were the only thing Micah ate off of his. So yeah.
So
maple food.
I wanted to, what do we want to look at first? I have, this
that's the morning that we woke up.
That's when we woke up after that 27-hour travel day, and that was our view. Yep.
Nice. So you were in a
bad view.
You were in a 1-bedroom, you said?
Yes.
So what's the layout at a 1-bedroom?
So the 1-bedroom has a full-size kitchen, a full-size dining table that we all sat at comfortably. There's a living area that has a fold-out couch, and it also has the little twin-size bed under the TV. Okay. And then there's a king bedroom, and
no, that's not it. I thought I had a picture.
Yeah, and there's a full bathroom that it's kind of split up. So one part of the bathroom has a sink and the jacuzzi tub, and the other part has the shower, the toilet, and another sink.
I had a picture of your whole family in the bathtub, but I don't know where it went. Not your kids, not. I mean, and they had clothes on and a Nintendo Switch. Yeah. So it was like, oh, there it is.
There it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's
I was a little scared there.
Yeah. So this still has like those windows that open up into the bedroom.
Oh yes, area. I know what you're talking about. I stayed at Old Key West and had that.
I mean, if I were there without kids and I wanted to take a bath and open up the sliding glass door and hear the ocean while I was taking a bath, I would totally do that in Hawaii.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Like Hawaii, yes. Old Key West, I don't know.
They even did that for Copper Creek.
But they did Copper Creek.
So what exactly were they doing here? I'm just curious.
This was like
in the morning.
Yeah,
I think.
Because they would get up at like 3 a.m.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
We're East Coasters, so then we just kind of hang out until everything opened at 8 a.m.
So they were bored.
Yeah, but the nice thing about where our villa was situated is that a lot of the villas have kind of this angled balcony so that you have a great view of the ocean. Well, when they do that, you get 2 like triangular balconies on a 1-bedroom. But our tower, since we were closer to like the lobby area, we had a straight balcony. So our balcony was a big one. It was connected between the bedroom and the living area. Nice. So we really liked the location.
It's probably 30 to 40 foot long.
Yep. Yeah, we really like the location.
We were on the 9th floor, and there's 16 total floors, so we were up good enough, but we weren't up too high.
Yeah.
So
that's like perfect right there.
It is.
Yeah.
And then like you can see straight across is the other tower, and then I'm pointing at the computer screen like you could see me pointing at the computer screen. I went into total teacher mode there. But there's like that white building peeking out at the end of the other tower.
Yeah.
That's the Four Seasons.
Okay. I saw pictures from the beach. I don't know if I pulled them over where you can see that there it is. Yeah, you can see it there.
So if you're further down the tower that we are in, then you kind of see the Four Seasons building. But where we were, you couldn't see the Four Seasons building, which was really nice.
Right.
So, But that's the lagoon at Aulani. So that's like, it's not a private beach because all the beaches are owned by the people. So the public can use this lagoon, but they can't use the chairs. So you have to have an Aulani wristband to use the chairs.
Okay.
But yeah, it was a nice, calm lagoon.
Oh, yeah.
Little lagoon. Yeah, you were talking about you guys played a game that you guys buried.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, that picture right there looks like someone's buried right there in the middle.
It kind of does. Yeah.
It looks like the stuff is set up to the left there.
I
That's
have
Thingamabob
that here. I got it.
Oh,
There we go.
Yeah.
And that was our captain, our pirate captain.
Yeah.
You sure you didn't leave one of the kids buried in that little sand there?
No, they're alive and well in our home.
I'm just glad Abby volunteered to be the one buried because the lady behind us is an adult.
Oh, yeah. I see.
Yeah. So Abby was the bait for the mermaids to return the treasure back to the pirate.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, hi, Madison.
Hey, Madison. Madison, did you hear all the announcements today? Don't you want to come in April?
There you go.
I do.
Oh. All right. Let's see. Here's So let me just tell you something. I saw this picture, and Dan, I have to tell you something. When I see crushers, showing their crusher pride all over the world, it just boggles my mind. It's so humbling, and it's an honor that you guys do that, and thank you. But yeah,
I know. It's just
made
weird
a nice
crusher.
Shirt.
That crusher shirt was in Hawaii.
Yeah.
It was,
yeah.
I wore it twice that trip.
You did.
Nice.
We did have laundry, so it was
Yeah, we
washed.
had laundry. Yes.
Yeah, that's the nice part about the one bedrooms. I didn't mention that it has the washer and dryer. So I only packed like 4 outfits for the kids, and then I washed laundry. Just threw a load in every night.
That's the nice thing. You can pack a little lighter. Yeah.
Still pack a lot, but packed a little lighter.
Was this in the room? This Mickey?
Yeah.
Yes, and it stayed in the room. We didn't take it.
Oh,
that's a running joke.
Tempting,
Yeah.
You talked about these little guys all over the resort.
Yeah, Menahune are little rascals all over Aulani, and there's over 300 of them hidden within the resort property. So one of Simon's favorite things was to run around and find what does he call them?
I know that's not.
He has a funny little name for him. But yeah.
Menahunes
he can't quite say it correctly, and it's really cute.
But they also have a tour that you can do with the iPad where you go and you can activate some things.
Okay, like Great Wolf Lodge has something like that.
Yeah, it was under refurbishment for a couple of days that we were there, so we didn't get to do that. But yeah.
All right. Well, speaking of refurbishment, you told us about the pool that you went to the first night. I had pictures of that too. I just have to.
Oh, it was my favorite pool.
Find them. It was beautiful. I'm just trying to find.
They had a lazy river there too, right?
There you go. Is that's the one, right?
Yeah, that's the Cove pool.
This is the Cove pool, and it has an infinity edge that looks right over the lagoon. And this was our best sunset night.
Oh, that's a great picture.
We were in this pool for probably 2 hours at the end of the night, just watching that sun go down, go down, go down. And then once it went down, it got really cold. So.
Yeah, they have 2 pools like this. One is for like families and all that, and then there's like a 18 and older only pools there as well. Just kind of like this.
Well, what were the temperatures there at night?
I mean, it got down into like probably the high 60s, I would say, low 70s.
Okay. It was never really.
It wasn't cold, but we were wet, so
and there was a little bit of a breeze.
Yeah,
but
it was windy when we were there.
It was just comfortable, the whole time.
Yeah.
That sunset's something else right there.
Yeah,
beautiful.
And you can kind of see the sky looks a little hazy there. That is from the active volcano on the Big Island. So we didn't have any issues with air quality or, ash in the air, but it was over the ocean where we noticed it the most. It affected like our sunsets and our sunrises the most.
I don't know who the Facebook user is, but they said they spent 24 hours at Aulani.
Yep. And that lounge it's clutch because you got to check out by 11. And if a lot of people take the red eye home there, right? So we were able to spend our whole last day at the pools, and you can reserve the lounge from for an hour.
You can reserve an hour block of time.
Yeah. So we were able to get it from 2 to 3. We were able to go in. They have showers, changing rooms, couches, TVs for the kids to watch, and you can kind of
out.
Get yourself taken care of before you have to actually get to the.
And there are cast members there. So like there's a cast member for the women's locker room and one for the men's locker room. And they let you know like when showers are open, and after everybody's done showering, they clean the showers in between each hour block or in between each party. So I mean, it was a really nice situation.
Yeah, because there's been times that we've been at Disney World and one of the kids isn't feeling that great, and then you're out of your room, and then you're like, "Oh, we're crashing in the lobby."
Right next to the trash can.
Second floor of the Contemporary, guys. Second floor.
Yes, right.
That's right. If I can get if we can get a plane ticket over to Tony, maybe we can just crash in the lobby.
Let's just crash in the lobby.
Just make ourselves.
There's not too many people walking around at 12:30 at night.
No, if you get in after midnight, you got the place to yourself. Yeah,
we looked at that. All right. This is the lazy river, right?
Yes. Yeah.
That's
and it's
so cool.
How long did you say it took to get around
it? Took, without like propelling ourselves or anything like that,
floating.
It takes around 11 to 12 minutes to go completely through it. And we probably did that 5 or 6 times on the trip,
Oh, I'm digging all that landscaping and stuff.
Yeah.
It's so pretty.
Oh, it really is.
Yeah, and that's directly from our room. That is the view from our room. So we could see like the whole pool deck, and
Not bad, you guys. Not bad.
No, it's not. And like we did a lot of things off property, but like you can spend your whole time there.
Yeah.
You can. We had more planned off property, and the kids wanted to come back every afternoon.
Right.
Like they loved being there.
And there was plenty of inner tube, singles, doubles,
Yeah, if you're planning a trip to Aulani, I got on Facebook groups, to get tips. I've never been there. And a lot of people complained about not being able to get pool chairs and not being able to get towels. We had no issues whatsoever with chairs and towels.
Do you think it was because you were there in December?
Might have been.
Maybe. I don't know. The people that I saw complaining about it most were there like on, Columbus Day or Thanksgiving, like
big holidays,
busy times.
Yeah. Okay.
So that one picture that you showed,
which one?
Where we were standing
on
the
edge. So that's the Rainbow Reef, and that's where you do the snorkeling and everything. So one of the extra paid attractions is you can go in and feed the fish. So that little tin cup that they get, that's a $7 fish feeder.
Oh, wait. I gotta go back to that picture, Abby. Wait a minute.
Abby, that little tin cup.
$7.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's not even a shot glass size.
And it's really fun when they dump it all in at one time.
Oh, yeah.
I want more.
All right, Dad, I need another one.
Oh, that's like a shot at a bar.
Did give us a little bit extra.
Oh, Austin kids. Wait, I got speaking of the snorkeling, because you talked about this on the podcast. I'm just pulling the picture up.
Oh, yeah.
There's where you're snorkeling and Mike is watching you at the window.
He got a kick out of that.
They have observation windows in one of the kind of the caves area. And so in that reef, there's over 1,000 fish and all that. And so we were able to swim up to the window and see them, and
you can see Noah in the background there.
Yeah.
But you're not allowed to kick when you're in there.
Yeah, you only use your arms.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
This is so cool that you guys came on the podcast and talked about it, and now we're seeing the pictures. If you haven't heard the podcast, go check it out. But now seeing the pictures, it's really all coming together.
And I tell you what, the pictures don't do it justice. It is so
they never
unbelievable out there.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to get more up because so you guys went to the Dole Plantation. You talked about that.
Yeah.
That's the train, right?
Yep. Just a little train. Yeah.
It's about a 20-minute ride on the train, and it takes you 2.5 miles, I think, about 2.2 miles.
Yeah. It's very slow.
And you go out and you see all the pineapple plants and all the other crops in different stages of their growth, and This is the gardens that you can walk around as well.
Okay.
They got basically 3 attractions that you can pay for to do. So you get the combo pass and you do all 3. Oh, that was the best thing.
Not whole whip.
That's the that's a proof that it's not a whole whip.
And that's real fruit.
And
That's
they add
pineapple.
the fresh
That's
pineapple
awesome.
topping.
Wow.
Oh,
And
nice.
then, like, I don't want to eat Dole Whip any other way.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We decided next time we go back, we probably won't do the 3 attractions, but we're gonna go get Dole Whip there.
Okay.
You can just go in the gift shop in the little cafeteria area and get Dole Whip.
So where is this $36 pineapple banana split?
That's at the Dole Whip plantation.
The Dole Whip.
Yep. So what were the Dole Whips themselves were like $6.95?
Yeah, they were
something
similar
like
to Disney pricing, maybe a little bit more, but it wasn't a whole whip. You got more Dole Whip in it. So,
right.
This was a lot of Dole Whip.
Did not see anybody with that.
No.
Nobody ordered it. Nobody ordered it.
And there was a lot of people there.
Yeah, there were.
I know Hawaii is expensive. That's just Mm-hmm.
That was the most touristy thing we did the whole trip.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So and that's
probably.
Is this you said you went to some food trucks?
Yes. So this is up on the North Shore, and they kind of have like a little on their main main strip there. Yeah. They got a bunch of food trucks, and the biggest problem though is finding a place to park. So there were 3 different food trucks that we knew we wanted to try. We wanted to try either Giovanni's, Jenny's, or Big Wave. And Big Wave ended up having a parking spot when we got there.
Okay, you got
we were like, we'll take, and it was later, it was probably like 1:30.
Yeah, maybe, it was a late lunch.
Because we were stuck in that maze for so long.
Oh yeah, that's right. You had to.
Oh yeah.
But
I forgot about that.
We went in there and it was it's so fresh. It was so unbelievable. The portion size was great for what you got. So everyone there, it's garlic shrimp. Everyone does their own version.
Oh, that would be me. Yeah,
and
it's peel and eat garlic shrimp.
It is peel and eat. So and it's so fresh and you get.
Now you
rice.
mentioned parking. What if anybody's going to go there? What's up with the parking? You said it's kind of hard to get a parking spot.
I think it's just that area is so there's so many people going and getting onto it. Like when we parked at Aulani, we were able to park, at the resort, no problem there. Yeah. I don't think we had much problems anywhere else
except for North Shore. There's just not they don't have parking lots. Everything is a gravel parking area, and it's everybody just kind of makes their own spot. And so
kind of like on the side, the shoulders. You mean like you just park
well,
the shoulders?
They do have some actual areas that are cleared out for parking, not just parking on the side of the road. But it's busy and there aren't a lot of spots.
Yeah.
So,
now these food trucks were in the North Shore. You said
they were in the North Shore. Yeah. So
maybe
we actually
all the surfers. Maybe all the surfers were there, picking up the spots.
Yeah.
Those darn
so
surfers.
We actually had to drive down past them, turn around, and come back. Right. Yeah. Did we do that once or twice?
We only did it once.
But each food truck has its own parking lot. So we couldn't park in the Big Wave lot and then walk across the street to Jenny's or Giovanni's.
Right.
You have to eat where you park, and they have people that are manning the parking lot. Like somebody's sitting in a lawn chair at the entrance of the little parking area. And so when you pull in, they say, "Where are you going?" I said,
Really?
"Go on to Big Wave." He's like, "Okay, go on in."
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, if there's not parking, go past, turn around, and come back, and chances are something's going to open up.
Yeah.
Because Giovanni's was going to be our first. They had it blocked off. Once we got done eating, we were driving by and it was open again.
Yeah. I mean, it's food truck food, so nobody's there longer than
Right.
It's similar. It's similar to what you experienced at Disney, trying to get a spot to eat, right, Tony? Like at Casey's or somewhere.
Yeah, the people aren't camping out there forever.
Yeah.
Right.
So this was your big excursion, right?
Yes. Yeah, that one was the coolest thing that we did, and this was on. What side of the island?
The windward side. So it's like the East Coast.
Yeah. And it's on the side of the island that's very undeveloped. So you're not going to find any big hotels or resorts on this side. And at this ranch, they do all kinds of movies and Jurassic World. Me and the older boys took the Jurassic Valley tour. And so that's where you saw all the Jurassic Park videos and the Jurassic World movies, mostly Jurassic World. There's actually only one clip that Jurassic Park was filmed there, which is where that sign was, is you know, where the T-Rex comes over and they hide behind the log, and that's the actual log. It's been weathered because I mean that was 30 some years ago now.
Yeah.
So, but
I love this picture. I love Noah's face in this picture.
Simon's actually smiling, kind of, and Noah.
Yeah,
I love it. I don't think I saw.
And you said it's also a working ranch, right?
It is. Yeah, they have cattle, they have crops, they had pigs, they have chickens. Yeah,
and they filmed King Kong there. You said, and some of Jumanji too, right? I saw Jumanji stuff. Trying
50 First Dates with Adam Sandler and Drew Barrymore. Lost, the TV show. Yeah, there's a lot, and I mean, they set up movies to be filmed there all the time, and the tours just keep running, and production just makes like curtains or whatever around them.
Yeah, they can only stop a tour for 5 minutes at a time. And then they have to let them drive by.
Unless they buy out all of the tours for the day. So if they buy out all the tours for the day, then they can shut down the tours, the movie production can.
So that spot right there in the Jurassic World, the gyrosphere ride, that's the platform for that. So that we're standing on. And that's what they actually use for their wedding venues now.
Well, I could imagine that'd be beautiful to get married right there.
Yeah, somebody asked how much it was, and they're like, you don't want to know. they didn't actually tell us. It's like, you got to call a number for that.
Yeah, it's kind of like Disney.
Boy. All right. And then you went and had your chicken.
Oh, yes.
On the side of the road, right?
Yes. So we were, huli huli chicken is what it's called. And huli huli means turn, turn, turn. And we were looking for, at the ranch, they had their own cafe and all that stuff. But, like we were like, we're going to go and find out where the people are eating and where we see a lot of cars. Yeah. And we were coming up and we saw the smoke coming up and we saw a ton of vehicles in there. So I'm like, I think this is where we need to turn in.
Yeah.
And we turned in, and sure enough, there was a trailer on the side of the road and there was chicken cooking over it. And
just turning on spits over the open fire.
And it was about half mile from one of their state parks that they had there. So we grabbed it, took it down to the state park, ate it there, got attacked by some of the birds while we were trying to eat.
They'll just jump right up on your table and help themselves while you're eating out of the box.
But that was one of our best meals that we actually had there, and there was.
And you said it was one of the most economical. You said
it was.
Yeah. So that was probably the only meal that we had that was under $100 to feed everybody, and there was a good amount of food.
Expensive.
You got 3 whole chickens.
Yeah, you got a half a chicken, mac salad, rice, and then they had this sauce. And I should have known the sauce was good because it said $1 for extra sauce, and I was like, we should be fine. But oh man.
Yeah,
I don't know what it was. It was like a sweet soy.
On everything.
Nice.
Very good.
You did go out to Pearl Harbor.
We did, yes. Yeah. So this was something we went back and forth a lot about because we weren't sure if we wanted to do it with the ages of the kids, but at that time we weren't sure if we were going to be back. And I'm like, I don't want to come all the way out here and then not have done it. So we just went to the USS Arizona. We took the little ferry over and we went through a couple of little museums at the visitor center, but we didn't tour any like the battleship or the submarine or anything like that. So we were there maybe 3 hours total.
Okay.
And that was about all that our kids could handle.
Well, yeah, it's a tourist thing that people do, but it's not like it's not like one of those where you go and play around at.
No, it's like you said, it's a grave site and it's a memorial and it's
very sombering. Like Noah and Abby, I think, got it, and they were getting really kind of emotional about some of the things. Simon and Micah didn't, but
well, that's understandable.
So, but yeah, I'm glad we did it.
We actually went the day after.
Yeah, December 7th
anniversary.
Yeah.
So you went on December 8th?
Yes, yeah, because they were not open on the 7th.
Yeah,
that's one of the only days that they're not open.
Okay.
So.
Deirdre says she lost her driver's license there, and that made the flight home a little problematic.
I would think so. Yeah,
I would imagine. Yes.
It was interesting though. There was, there was like flower arrangements sent from different countries, memorializing the anniversary and all that stuff.
Too. Very nice. Yeah. So, trying to see what else we have here. Oh, there's your shave ice shaped like Mickey.
Shave ice, yeah. And you can get shave ice like 6 different ways. Did you know there are 6 different ways to get shave ice? I didn't.
Can't you get it with milk with cream on top? And
so the sweet condensed milk. I don't remember if they had rice.
I'm not sure.
But they had the sweet condensed milk, kind of like the kakigori from Japan. And then they also have it with ice cream. Nice. That was the kids' favorite. Yeah, you can get it with ice cream and the sweet cream. That was a little much. But yeah, I can't remember the other ways.
Well, I don't want people getting too excited about the Dole Whips, because if you get one from Aulani, it does in fact have a hole.
It's a whole whip. Yep. For sure. Yep. They train them up.
Oh, yes, Deirdre. Yep. Some of the survivors have chosen to be buried at sea with their brothers. That's really That's amazing. Is this the drink you were talking about at Monkey Pod?
Yes, that's the Mai Tai.
Yeah.
Probably the best Mai Tai on the island.
Yes.
It looks good.
I had a lot of Mai Tais at the luau, but this took it hands down.
This was in a different level. Yeah.
Yes. That foam on the top, I don't remember what it was.
Passion
fruit. Like it was all like tropical. Oh, it was so good.
So you were telling us that there are a lot of characters at Aulani, and I saw one of your mom tips, Holly. I saw these that you got as souvenirs for the characters to sign. And where did you say you got them at just a gift shop or something across the street? Or
so across the street there's a shopping center, and that's where like the eggs and things is that we talked about. It's the breakfast place we talked about on the podcast, and Monkey Pod is the restaurant we just talked about. That's over there. Starbucks. They have another coffee place called Island Vintage Coffee, but I just heard it might be closing that location and moving elsewhere. But they also have a grocery store. It's called the ABC store, which I guess is like a big like store chain maybe in Hawaii. Like they sell coffee mugs with ABC stores on it.
Okay.
But we got a lot of just like general souvenirs there, and they sold those cutting boards there. So
that's a great idea. So then they have a souvenir.
But I forgot to get a Sharpie at the store. But all the character attendants always had Sharpie.
Well, all our Sharpies ran out because Noah was doing autographs.
Signing autographs, yeah.
Because Noah was signing autographs.
Right. And I forgot to get new ones at the store. Right. So the character attendants helped us out.
So these are just some of the character pictures I was able to pull out of the Austin's photos. So, I mean, the characters. Can I just tell you, Max is looking a little rough in that, like, I don't know, like, was he up late the night before?
Aulani concert. He was busy.
There's one thing. There's one thing missing though. I haven't seen the nanny. There's no pictures of your nanny in here.
No,
she couldn't make the trip. No. It didn't work with her timing.
Okay, that's not. So then we also talked about let me see. Wait, you did a character meal. I've got pictures of that too.
Oh, Did you guys ever Google Don Ho by chance? I saw the ukulele guys playing the kids playing the ukuleles.
I have a full report for you.
Oh, okay, good. Just making sure.
I was like, really? No, but Tony, and your picture was gorgeous.
Yes. Yeah.
Of your grandma.
Of grandma. Oh, I didn't pull that over. My picture of grandma with Dono. So there was that a character breakfast in the resort, you said?
Yeah, so Makahiki is kind of their just like traditional, it's not a signature restaurant, it's just their traditional table service. And the breakfast is a character meal. It's a prefix. So you pick, you get your pastry plate, your fruit plate, and you pick an entree. It used to be a buffet, but they have not brought the buffet back.
Okay.
But you meet Mickey before you go in, and then as you're walking in, you meet Minnie, and then Chip and Dale were wandering around. And there's a ukulele player wandering around, and he's kind of sitting out on the patio by the koi pond. It was like right below our room. So like literally we took the elevator down to the first floor and just walked into the restaurant. So
nice. And then this is a picture, I think, from Eggs and Things, right?
Yes. Yep.
Nice. That was Noah's favorite.
They do like the, the napkin twirl around and all that stuff as well. And in that restaurant.
Yeah. And then there were some activities you talked about.
So that cast member, that's Rain. And he was with us almost all week long. He did all kinds of different events, and he was really good with the kids. He's good with the adults as well. He did the character drawing classes, the ukulele lessons. He taught the hula dance. He did the trivia before movie night on the lawn.
Nice.
I mean, he was
all over the place.
Great personality.
Yeah, he had a fantastic personality. Yeah. Like he was in the role that was like made for him.
Right.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Got a great smile.
He does. And on our last night, this is the first time we did the animation experience. We actually did it a second time and drew Donald. And when Noah told him we were leaving the next day, he called him up and he signed his like model that he drew and he sent it home with Noah. So we have a big poster, Donald, and Donald's Noah's favorite character. So we're going to frame and put it up in his room.
Amanda, we did the same thing.
Yeah. Yes. And then we bought all of our like macadamia nuts. I bought some Kona coffee there. Yeah.
And then your big thing we talked about at the end of the podcast last week was your luau. That
hey, Auntie Judy.
Hi, Auntie Judy.
Was this?
And you guys are all wearing your cocoa nuts. I see the necklaces, the cocoa necklaces.
Yeah.
So that's Uncle. He's the one that tells the story around the fire pits.
Oh, that's nice.
So
he was amazing too. I mean, you watched it. I took Noah to it, but Dan got to watch it, the video of it. And he was a great storyteller.
I had a picture because you talked about before. I have to find it now. Here, before the luau started, they were making poi.
Yeah,
making poi. Crushing that taro root. Yeah. And then they got to try poi, not the one they made.
I was going to say, I don't know if I want to try the poi that Simon made.
Yeah. Yeah. No. They put the kids to work and then they package it up and sell it to you for $5.
No. Our meal was more than $5.
There's the ukulele.
That one was at the luau. See, they had little guy teaching people at the luau. So that was kind of fun. One of the little stations.
Is that the setup at the luau?
That's the setup. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. So the table directly to the right of us is on kind of the walkway, and that walkway is the center down the middle. So we were just off of the center, and we were the first table. So there's nobody in front of us between us and the stage.
Okay. And then when the show started, did Noah just turn around?
Yep. So he turned his chair. I turned Micah's chair. I think we all kind of. Did. I don't think you did.
No, I didn't need to.
Yeah.
You said they made lei bracelets.
Little bracelets. Yeah.
So
there's the stage. I have a better idea of the stage then. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And then I have some pictures of the show.
And we did pay for preferred seating for that, but I think overall it was a total of $100 more. So each person's ticket was just a little bit more. And we had a server, so we didn't have to go up and wait in the open bar line. She went and got our drinks for us. So that was kind of nice.
Look at that. That's really neat. The costumes.
Yeah. So the show is about the history of them traveling, finding the land, the different, throughout the years. So they had like, traditional costumes at the beginning and then more recent. And the fire was the story of Maui wrestling the sun. And they talked about the different instruments that were used. And so, I mean, it's a full like history lesson of their culture and the history of luau's and, the island itself. And that was the first one that we've ever been to. I think the next
Right.
time we go, we might try to go to the Polynesian Center and see what theirs is
or
like.
Paradise Cove is next door.
And it was very authentic, the Hawaii. Like we were on a Disney property resort.
Right.
Mickey and Minnie came out for one dance before the show started,
it was like a pre-show.
but it's not like it's not a character luau. It's
right.
I feel like it was a authentic traditional luau.
Yeah,
That's
it was very
amazing.
emotional. So I found it very emotional.
Yeah, and it was about a 3-hour experience, all said and done. When you go in and check in, do the activities ahead of time, and then the show itself.
Yeah, and you eat dinner, and then they give you some time to eat your dinner, and they do some pre-show stuff.
Okay,
and then they close down like one side of the buffet,
right?
And then they start the show, but you can still go up and get food. They tell you kind of not to, so that you don't disturb other people's views.
Right.
It was available.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
So she went to a different one, but luau VIP seating is worth it. Better drinks.
I definitely think had we not had the seats we had, I think the kids might have lost interest in it just because it wouldn't have. I mean, it was late. They were tired.
2 of them fell asleep.
2 of them already fell asleep before the show was over. We swam all day. And so, but Noah and Micah was totally into it in his little high chair. He was
I saw that picture of Micah. Where is that one? There was one.
Not fall asleep. He was intrigued the whole time. And I mean,
hula girls and grass skirts.
Yeah. All right.
He was all about it.
So I don't know if any of our listeners had any questions. I put it out there for people to ask questions, and I think nobody asked a question, so I don't know if anybody else.
Because we're so informative and they don't have any.
Well, that's it. You give all the good
you guys
info.
did a great job on the podcast, by the way.
We've gotten a lot of feedback from people how much they really enjoyed it and what a great job you guys did. So we really do appreciate you guys doing that for us. And I
did want to say one other thing, because I know you put up those pictures of us like in front of the beach, like the Christmas card photo. Oh yes, the sunset. The like Christmas card photo picture. Dan took that on his cell phone. We like set it up on a tripod with a self timer. But they do have PhotoPass photographers at Aulani. And we went down was it our last night? Like right around sunset. And we had a really great photographer. He took pictures and he said, come back in like
20 minutes.
15, 20 minutes and the sun's going to be ideal. And he took more pictures for us. And he goes, can I take one of each kid? Can I take some of just the kids? Can I do the couple? Like he spent a lot of time with us. And it's not included in your stay, but it was $78 for the whole week.
Oh, that's worth it.
And that included all your character photos. The only photos it didn't include were the character dining. That is a whole separate charge, but we got those, of course. But you get a printed copy of a picture there. But I mean, I felt like the PhotoPass photographers, even at the characters, really took their time with you and wanted to take great pictures. So
very nice. Where's that picture I had of I lost it. Wait a minute. I lost my spot.
I have my cocoon nuts on.
There you go. Nice. Yeah.
Thank you, Tom Ellison. Thank you. He sent them to me with some coffee from there and some other stuff.
The coffee hits hard, man. It is so good.
It's so good, but
that was one of the pictures from Jurassic. That's one of the pictures I wanted to show.
What is that dinosaur that did that?
The Indominus Rex. Yeah. But that's all styrofoam. It's funny.
Oh yeah,
it is. Yeah, it's styrofoam. Yeah, like the bones and stuff. And the
I had the pictures of the kids with the bones.
They tell you not to pick them up because they're just
people are breaking them now.
They're breaking. They used to allow people to pick them up and take pictures with them.
I had pictures of the kids with the bones.
But they're styrofoam and people broke them.
Now that's a real log, though. That one's a real log.
That one's real. Yes.
That's a fake dinosaur.
It's a real dinosaur too, right?
that was Simon's question every time we stopped. He's like, "Are there going to be real dinosaurs?"
You just ruined it for me. I thought it was real, dude.
Let me see if this is the one.
It's like one of those little like hand ones that you like pull the trigger on and the mouth.
I had a really good one.
And you just put it in front of the camera.
I had a really good one at Abby. I'm trying to. Oh, there it is. There it is. Oh, I just found it. Shoot, and I just.
I can't believe how beautiful it is there.
I know.
It's beautiful.
And if you,
you guys. There's the bones. That's
There's
what
the
bones.
That's from the King Kong movie set. Yeah.
And they talked about how secretive they were about that. Like all of that was completely wrapped up until the movie was out of theaters before they allowed them to unwrap all the bones and all that stuff and all that. But if you guys are following us on Facebook, the Awesome Family Adventure 6,
Awesome Family Adventure 6.
Yeah, we have a post pinned in there with like all of our photos, and we have a lot of videos.
You do.
And,
yes.
If you follow them in order, you can almost do the whole tour, because I recorded like the whole thing.
You could just go on the whole trip with us. If you have a week to watch videos, you could just go on the trip with us.
That's a lot more economical than Hawaii price.
It's probably not as nice.
Yeah, probably not.
Well,
but like I would recommend, do the Kahlua Ranch for sure. Do that. The Dole Whip can be a quick stop, but I wouldn't, You
don't have to do the attractions.
Right.
Grab the Dole Whip.
Yep. If you have a history buff or an older group, adults, Pearl Harbor is a great stop and meaningful thing. But if you just go and you want to be at the resort, there's so many things to do at the resort that are free that you just have to sign up for in the mornings. They have extra paid attraction things that you can do. Obviously, it's Disney. You can always pay to do more.
Right.
But they have things that'll keep you busy that whole time you're at the resort. And if you don't have a car, right across the street is the Colina Marketplace and stores. And you don't have to eat at the resort. There's other places to eat. But if you can't afford to get a rental car, do it just to do a drive or two, because driving like through the mountains and around the landscape was amazing. And I think the next time we said we want to spend a little more time on the North Shore, and explore that area a little bit, which we got to do just a little bit of it, just enough to know that we should have done more time there. But
like the food at Aulani is good. Like I have no complaints. We didn't eat at the traditional quick service at all. Nothing there's really sounded good to us, but
we loved Off the Hook.
Loved Off the Hook, which is their like hybrid table service, quick service kind of place. But if you do have a car, go off property and eat. The monk seals. But ask the locals a good place to go and eat. I heard a family saying they were going to Outback for dinner, and I'm like, what? Why? I'm like, have fun.
Hey, a bloomin' onion is delicious.
I know, but I'm like, you're in Hawaii.
Maybe they got a bloomin' pineapple.
Maybe they have an Outback gift card. I don't know. I can't. Hey, Mike. Happy belated birthday.
What was your favorite food truck there?
Hey.
Favorite food truck?
Is that what you said? I would probably say the huli huli chicken off the side of the road was the best.
I mean, they were all good.
The Leonard's was
we didn't even talk about Leonard's.
Oh, Leonard's was good. They had the malasalas.
It's like the little pastry donuts.
It's like a thicker donut. Oh my gosh.
Chewy. Dean's not even like a sweets guy, and he still talks about these. I might have like 3. So you're like, these might be hard the next day. I'm just gonna
finish them now. We don't want them again.
They're always better the next day, right?
Joy, I so wanted to try ama, but
our nanny called off.
Yeah, if we had the nanny, I just couldn't see paying the prices for the kids.
Yeah. So the ama it's a beautiful setting. Like you look right over that cove.
Yeah.
That a lot of our pictures are from, and
they have the same view as the Grand Villas there.
Yeah, they have live music. It's basically a 6-course buffet, but it's all tiny food, right?
Yeah, prefix meal.
Prefix meal, but it's $125 for an adult and like
80 to 90 for a kid. Yeah.
And that's the one that said there's absolutely no substitutions for the children.
Yeah, so they have to eat the venison tartare.
Yeah.
I don't think they're gonna do that. So
I don't think
I would be adventurous enough to do it. I would definitely
I'm
try
sure we'll go back.
So next time you go, you could bring me with you. I'll eat the quick service with the kids, and you guys go to ama.
We'll have to keep you off camera, though.
Yeah, you're not allowed to be off.
I don't want anyone to know that you have a nanny, right?
But
how do the kids take a nap when they're down at Ama?
Yeah.
Oh man.
But oh yeah, that's the best. That was perfect. You know,
Deirdre says it reminds you of your backyard, Dave.
Yeah, I'm not quite close.
The landscaping. Yeah.
We walked through the gardens at the Dole Plantation, and Holly's like, "Oh, that's the plant you're supposed to have. That's in our back room that sticks." And I'm like, "Yes, it is. That's what I can't make grow right.
We just can't get it to grow. It just sticks in a pot right now."
But it did make me feel better because, like, I have tropical plants here, and a lot of them get brown leaves and all that stuff. And I'm like, "What am I doing wrong?" But they have that there too. It's a fact of life, even in tropical. So I felt better about that.
Right.
The kids pointed out, "Oh, that's your stick plant, but with leaves." I'm like, yes, thanks.
How dare they do that to you?
I found a picture of you guys eating in the. So that's probably like 3:00 in the morning, right?
Close to it, probably 5.
Probably 5:00 Hawaii time, yeah. But that's our breakfast. But we talked about getting off property, and if you have a car, if you don't rent a car, there are services that take you to and from the airport to the resort. And at the resort, they have an enterprise rent-a-car. So if you just wanted to rent a car for one day just to drive around, you could do that and then spend the rest of your time.
They drop it off at the
resort
front door.
Yeah.
Nice.
And they got all kinds of bus tours that'll take you around different places.
Yeah, you can rent tours that pick up at Aulani too. So
very cool.
Yeah.
And nobody surfed. Nobody surfed.
No, not this trip.
I knocked the wind down on me trying to do a bodyboard. Like, just take that back.
He's like,
gotta recover.
Kids, this is how because our kids
thought I knew.
Our kids have never been to the ocean. So when we went to the lagoon, this was their first trip into the ocean. So they have a rental place, and when you're DVC, you can go and rent boogie boards and sand toys and all that stuff for free. So I went up and I got 3 boogie boards and bags of toys. And
she looked like vacation mom coming down the beach.
Arms full. But, the kids could not boogie board. He's like, "Here, this is how you do." He hit that sand and he stopped.
Almost cracked the rib or something.
Oh no!
Let's go back to the lazy river.
I think I might have had a live going at the time.
Lazy river is a lot easier.
Yeah.
I had a picture of Abby on the boogie board. I don't know where it went.
Oh yay! I don't know what this is, but
Facebook user.
Who's
going to Hawaii? Who's going to Hawaii?
There are little waves, Uli, but you can kind of see there's like little break walls out there. Oh yeah, there's Abby.
That's probably the closest we got to doing it right.
Yeah, I can like just sit right on top of it. We just plop him right on top and kind of float him around.
There's wildlife in the lagoon. You got fishes swimming around you.
Nice.
You step on crabs and all that stuff. So.
Well, Uli, now that you're a DVC member, maybe it's within your reach.
Uli, it is the best use of your DVC points.
Even if you have to like bank and borrow and use 3 years, I mean, we probably used 1.5 years worth of points.
Right.
Hey, Barbara.
To do this.
But the one nice thing about Aulani is they don't weight the weekends higher than the weekday. So like, if you're going to go for DVC people, if you go through the
Sunday through Thursday, it's usually a lower point value than Friday, Saturday.
But at Aulani, it's all the same. But like, I think the rack rate for our room while we were there was $1,300 a night, and it was 40 points a night.
It was less points to stay Ocean View 1 bedroom at Aulani than it is to stay in most of the 1 bedrooms at Grand Floridian, most of the 1 bedrooms at Riviera.
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
And if you didn't listen to the podcast, you did tell us that the a YouTuber, his name,
the second most famous YouTuber,
stayed in a much lesser
second floor.
Not as
much
great,
less superior room.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
did not have an ocean view.
But and Uli, the other
he did have a nanny, I think.
Yes,
right?
They did have a nanny. So the other thing you said was that it's pretty easy to get Aulani at 7 months because not everybody's willing to fly to Hawaii.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's not even close to sold out.
No, the rooms are not. They haven't even declared the whole resort as a DVC yet. So most rooms are still cash rooms. I wouldn't say most, but there are more cash rooms than there should be.
Okay.
They love to sell you DVC while you're out there. They got all kinds of great deals.
I bet.
Yeah.
So
they do.
Well,
they emailed
Austin,
you how many times when we were there?
A few times, called us during dinner.
Did they?
Like, I just wanted to see the Grand Villa. That's all I wanted to do. I was going to film it and say, this is where we stayed. But
I'm a little busy right now. Could you call me back in about 10 minutes?
They were all full. You couldn't get in one?
No, we got in one, but they like stay right next to you. So
they couldn't even fake it on the video.
Yeah.
So.
But our kids are like running around, jumping on the bed.
Yeah.
It's in the model.
You tried to have them do a distraction.
Yeah.
So is the Grand Villa pretty grand?
Oh, it's amazing.
Pretty great.
There's 5 entrances from the patio to get in. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So the end of the tower, the full end of the tower is a Grand Villa.
Okay.
So every floor is a Grand Villa. I mean, it's unbelievable. I mean, they got the best cooking situation, but I'm like, if you can afford a Grand Villa, you're probably going.
You're probably not cooking.
You're not cooking, but I mean, it was spectacular.
Yeah. Noah figured out that we needed like 300 more points to bank and borrow and stay awake in the Grand Villa.
I think it was 530.
It was points, it was like 800 and some point.
Okay. Well, the Mega Millions is tonight, right? So
yes,
we can dream.
They have one of those Japanese bathrooms in there too, toilets.
Yeah, like remote control.
The remote control and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Remote control bidet. That's what we need.
There is. I felt like there was. I guess not really knowing the culture of Hawaii, there was a lot of like Asian influence.
Oh yes, yes.
And I guess I wasn't.
Not Asian.
Yeah, I guess I just wasn't like expecting it because Hawaii is part of the United States. But
but it's
it's closer. Like Noah was like, why can't we just go to Tokyo and go to Nintendo World? We're so close. But. Yeah.
The one thing we didn't get to do, like the other YouTubers did, they got to go to the spa and all that stuff, which looked really nice in their videos. But
kids
couldn't swing that one.
Well, I will say that one of the things that you guys did mention on the podcast,
Joy.
Which I don't think it surprised me really because it's so beautiful there. But you asked the kids if they'd rather go to. If they could take another trip, would they rather go to Disney World or would rather go back to Aulani? And they picked Aulani.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Simon will still like pick something up and be like, I got that in Hawaii because he says hi. But
they love the pool. They love the water. There's some times when we're at Disney World where they're like, let's go to the pool. And it's like, 65 degrees, we're going to go to the park.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah. Or we paid so much for, your annual pass. We're going to be in the parks.
Yeah.
So, but we didn't feel that. We felt like we could actually like enjoy the resort.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, yeah.
Well, maybe that solves your TDC problem. Just don't buy park tickets. Just hang out by the pool and hang out with us at night. I think I just solved it. Come on, let's go.
Do it.
Save money.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for coming 2 weeks in a row for joining us on the Disney Crush. And if anybody has any questions about Aulani, I'm sure that Holly and Dan would gladly answer your questions. And we
do
just
it. No. Even after a 27-hour day, it was worth it.
And way more money than we planned on spending, but it was still worth it.
Memories for a lifetime, right?
Yes. Yep.
Hey, before you guys go, plug your YouTube channel again.
All right, we are the Austin Family Adventures 6 because 5 other people tried to do that before us. We have 6 people in our family, so we do that. But Noah's dream was during COVID he wanted to have a YouTube channel. We put it off. We finally he beat us down to do it. So we travel around with Noah. We go through Disney World, Cedar Point. We kind of try to do some fun things around our area here. We have a lot of Aulani videos. We still have a couple more to put up.
Yeah.
The kids are very busy. So getting recordings, it's like 9 o'clock at night and he's falling asleep during video. So we're like, scratch it. We'll do it again another day. So, but there are some pretty long ones out there, but I tell you, they're worthwhile watching. They're fun to look at. We got some pretty good Aulani ones up there right now. A lot with the Kaloa Ranch that we were talking about, the Jurassic Tour. That one, it's an hour long, but it's well worth watching what's going on, and then you get Noah's unique input on a lot of things. So
absolutely,
they're addicting. I went down a rabbit hole not too long ago.
Oh, good, yeah. I think most of our views come from our house because as soon as we put a new one out, they're watching themselves on TV. So
we'll come down in the morning and they're all sitting like crisscross in front of the TV, just like staring,
like watching themselves.
Like it's the first time they've ever seen this. Like, look at that! They're like, you were there. But
that's awesome.
But no, it's been fun to do, and it's a nice way to catalog what is kind of going on in our life. Family that we don't get to talk to all the time or see. We send them, hey, we got a YouTube channel now, and so now they're up to date. And family Christmas, people were asking us questions about some of the things we did, and we're like, cool, on YouTube. So that was fun.
But so it's our kind of like our family vlogs. So you'll see things like the kids' music programs and
those are the best.
Birthday party.
Gingerbread play, a lot of energy on that.
Kindergarten gingerbread play.
Should have been there in person.
So it's fun. Noah loves it, and he thinks he needs to get
we love you guys so much. Thank you so much for everything you do for our community, and we love you, and thank you for coming on, and thank you for sharing your trip with us and your family with us. And guys, we really appreciate everything you do. So
thank you guys.
Thank you.
We appreciate you. Can't wait for the podcast tomorrow.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. If you guys want to listen to the podcast tomorrow at 2:00 in the afternoon, probably, David.
Yeah, that's when it normally
Mike's
comes out.
Birthday weekend.
Yay.
Join the Patreon for it because you get fun stories and stuff. So.
Well, Patreon will tell you about the story, the saga of Tori and Mike, and the weird turn it took this weekend.
She held that one out on me too. She wouldn't tell me until we recorded.
Does Madison need to know what happened?
I don't know.
Hi,
Mike.
Everyone's saying hi, Mike.
Hey.
They said happy birthday.
Thanks.
All right. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Good night, everybody. Have a great week.
Bye,
Podcast
everybody.
comes out tomorrow afternoon, and we will see you in 2 weeks.
All right.
Good night.
Bye, guys. Thanks.
I was clicking a pen for you, Dave.
Oh, I heard that.